I guess I guess that I need to get some stuff off my chest again. So where to start? I hope you can hear this pretty good because I've had to turn up the internal microphone. I hope it doesn't cause any distortion. It's really weird seeing your own face on a screen speaking back to you. It's a little bizarre. It's not quite like rehearsing into a mirror because everything is the wrong way round or the right way round depending on your point of view. So let me put it this way. Is that going to work? I'm not going to worry too much about looking at that face. There was some really serious stuff going through my mind earlier on today. Stuff that really impacted me, that really made me think, and I just wanted to say it out loud. And I hope I can still put the balance of it into words in an intelligent way. In a way that conveys not only the meaning, but also the passion and the clarity and the gravity of what it meant to me when I was thinking about it earlier on. I was looking out over a couple of old sheds and buildings, and nothing glamorous, just modern buildings outside of a car park, and I was looking out from this car park floor through the mesh window and watching the sky move and just feeling exasperated, getting ready for my Kabuto lesson, like, where's all the time in my world gone? But it was more than that. It was so much deeper than that. It was like, I said, God, why do I even bother? Why am I even here? Good grief, my nasal passages are blocked, see? Something you're not supposed to do on videos, pick your nose. But I never was one for social etiquette. And I'd rather be able to breathe and speak to you without feeling like I'm going to cough up huge balls of unspeakable matter onto the screen. And I was looking out and I was thinking, Lord, why do I even bother? Why am I here? I don't mean why am I here like on planet Earth or anything like that. I mean, why am I here pretending that my life is normal? Pretending that everything is okay? Pretending that it's business as usual? And God just spoke to me. Right then, in that moment, He said, I never asked that of you. I never asked you to act as if it was life as normal, that you could just go on and everything was okay. I never asked you to act like it was just business as usual. I never asked you to just keep soldiering on. It's okay to freak out. It's okay to not be okay. And it's okay not to act like you can just go on and everything's okay, and it's okay not to be that way. It's okay not to put on a brave face, to act like you can just deal with everything and you can just keep going and processing life like it's some kind of ticker tape that you just spit out. Just keep going on doing the normal routine things and act like it'll make everything okay, that you're okay, that everything's on plan when it isn't. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay for it not to be like you're acting like your life is being lived as normal. And it may seem strange, but that was one of the most compassionate things I think I've ever felt for several months now, probably. You know, I have been putting on an act. I have been acting like it's okay. In part it's because I had to, because no one else could deal with it. They had their own problems. My dad had his stroke. My grandma, who I know is up in heaven with God right now, she died, and no one was okay, because we loved her so much, and we got so much from her that we didn't really understand how big an impact she made on our lives, even though she lived halfway across the country. And my parents and my brother and everyone just a long time ago got tired of hearing about my unresolved issues, and ever since halfway through uni, since 2005, they've been tired of listening to my unresolved issues, because it doesn't get any better, because it isn't like going through a phase. It isn't like something that will heal on its own. It's not a scratch. It will just needs a bit of antiseptic, a little bit of sympathy, and it will just close up, and that's it. It's like a great gaping wound. A big, nasty one. It isn't closing on its own. And they're tired of dealing with that, and I guess I can't blame them. And so I was acting like it was business as normal. I was acting like I could cope. I was acting like I could just immerse myself in activities and get on with my research, although I wasn't getting on with my research. I mean, I was dealing with so much mental block, I guess. So much distraction and depression and the feeling of inertia and that you can't get anything done. But I could pretend like I was working at it, like I was making progress. I could go out to my regular anime society, and I could go out to Kabuto, and I could go and play Quasar on Wednesdays, and I could go to ID on Fridays, and Pancake Film on Pub on Mondays, and act like the world was going to be okay. Act like the world was going to be okay. Like I was processing, like I was coping, like I was moving on, when really there's nothing to move on to yet. And so I guess that was one of the greatest blessings of my life. Recent life. That God told me it was okay not to cope. It was okay not to be okay. But He never expected or required that of me. That was a blessing, like almost no other I've ever felt. It's like my life started recently, and all of the amazing blessings and wonderful things God did for me, they're like in the distant past. What matters is my recent experience, and this is one of the best things out of my recent experience. All of the things in the past, they're difficult to validate because of how very badly they ended, because the story didn't have a happy ending.